Most people think that if someone talks to themselves, there must be something wrong with their mind. But psychology research reveals a shocking truth. People who talk to themselves often show better focus, stronger memory, and faster problem solving. That means the habit people consider weird might actually be a hidden mental advantage. A small truth: your brain sometimes needs to hear itself think. Today, we'll understand the real psychology of self-talk. Why do scientists, athletes, and high performers deliberately talk to themselves? Why does your brain sometimes want to hear its own voice? And most importantly, what is that one hidden mistake that can turn self-talk from a powerful tool into a mental trap? If you think self-talk is only for weird people, your perspective is about to completely change. Let's do a quick experiment. Say your name right now and give yourself an instruction. Ashish, focus for the next 5 minutes. It feels strange, but notice how your brain suddenly becomes more alert. Because when you hear yourself giving a command, your brain treats it not as an internal thought, but as a real instruction. And that's where the real science of self-talk begins. Section 1. Viral twist. Talking to yourself is not madness. First, let's break a big myth. People think talking to yourself is a sign of madness. Reality is completely opposite. Psychologist Gary Lupian's research showed that when people verbally identify objects or tasks, their brain processes information faster. So if you see someone in a grocery store saying milk, bread, eggs, they're not crazy. They're putting their brain into search mode. The brain uses words as cues. Simple rule: self-talk is not the problem. Uncontrolled thinking is, and self-talk organizes it. Section 2. The brain thinks better out loud. Have you noticed that when solving a difficult problem, people start speaking softly? Okay, first this step, then next. This isn't random. According to neuroscience, when thoughts come out of your mouth, the brain treats them like external feedback. This sharpens attention. That's why programmers, chess players, and engineers often talk to themselves while working. Their brain literally thinks by listening. If a problem is complex, don't just think it. Speak it and break it down, step by step. Section 3. Third-person self-talk. The Obama technique. If you feel stressed, try a simple trick. Address yourself by your name instead of I. Example: Ashish, get the job done. Look at the situation logically. It feels odd, but research shows third-person self-talk creates emotional distance. The brain stops seeing the problem as a personal attack and starts seeing it as a situation. That's why some world leaders and athletes intentionally use their names under pressure. Be your own coach. Section 4. Why athletes talk to themselves. If you observe tennis matches or Olympic races, athletes constantly say things like, focus, steady, let's go. This isn't just motivation, it's a mental control system. Sports psychology shows that short verbal cues shift the brain from panic to focus mode. Under pressure, the brain gets distracted easily. Self-talk brings it back. That's why elite performers use short, powerful words. Breathe, focus, attack. Build your own command system. Section 5. The memory trick. Production effect. If you're preparing for exams, try this. Read some lines silently and some out loud. Later, test yourself. You'll almost always remember the spoken words better. This is called the production effect. When you speak, the brain processes multiple signals: speech, sound, and meaning, making memory stronger. Simple rule: voice strengthens memory. Section 6. Emotional regulation. When you keep thinking about stress silently, anxiety increases. But when you express your feelings out loud, tension reduces. Neuroscience shows that labeling emotions activates the brain's control centers. Saying "I feel nervous" helps your brain regulate that emotion. Silent rumination amplifies problems. Verbal expression brings clarity. Section 7. The confidence loop. Your brain follows an interesting rule. The words you repeat become your reality. If you keep saying "I can't do this," your brain accepts that identity. But the opposite is also true. Athletes are trained to repeat phrases like "I'm ready" or "I can handle this." This isn't magic, it's belief reinforcement. Replace "I can't do this" with "I will figure this out." Small change, massive impact. Section 8. The hidden danger of negative self-talk. Self-talk is powerful but dangerous if misused. The brain treats repetition as evidence. If you keep saying "I'm unlucky" or "I always fail," the brain builds a negative identity script. Then every situation starts confirming it. Psychologists warn that negative self-talk doesn't just affect mood, it shapes future behavior. Solution: don't fake positivity, just replace destructive sentences with neutral commands like, "I'll do better next time." Section 9. Why smart thinkers externalize thoughts. If you observe scientists, writers, or deep thinkers, you'll notice they often speak their thoughts. Why? Because thoughts inside the mind are vague and incomplete. But when spoken, the brain structures them. Many innovators literally walk around and talk to themselves while brainstorming. This is not madness, it's external thinking. The ultimate self-talk habit. The real power of self-talk isn't in talking all the time, it's in being intentional. Know when to speak, what to say, and how to say it. Everyone has an inner voice. The difference is, some people control it, and some are controlled by it. The truth is, talking to yourself isn't weird. It's a natural thinking system of the human brain. Used correctly, it improves focus, strengthens memory, and regulates emotions. The real question is not whether you talk to yourself or not, but whether your inner voice empowers you or limits you.